Hello everyone. Today's video is going to be very different from what I usually do. I usually try to do shitpost and sharing achievements in-game, but today I want to talk about my New Year resolution of 2026 so I can look back on it in 2027. I also want to improve things because I want to be a better person in general, and I want to be able to help people a lot better than I currently am able to. So we're going to dwell on two different topics. And those two topics are very dear to me because those have been things I've been struggling with for the past years. And I've only come to realize very recently that I need to make some serious change about myself and about my general mindset. So I'm going to talk about anxiety and empathy. Those are two topics that may be sensitive to some people, and if you are sensitive and do not wish to proceed, I highly recommend that you click off this video and go watch something that makes you feel more safe, comfortable, and happier. Because I'm going to be vulnerable during this video and explain my flaws and what I want to do to fix them. I understand that I am not a perfect person and I never will be, and I don't expect myself to be, but I do want to improve those problems so I can have a better connection with people, so I can be able to help people better and be more of service, because I genuinely wish to help people and be a positive influence for those around me. So, anxiety, what is that exactly? Anxiety is a feeling of worry, nervousness, or unease, typically about an imminent event or something with an uncertain outcome. In psychiatry, it is a mental condition characterized by excessive apprehensiveness about real or perceived threats, typically leading to avoidance behaviors and often to physical symptoms such as increased heart rate and muscle tension. So, for me, anxiety has been something that has been around for a very long time in my head, and I've never really found like a full way to overcome it because I've never been able to really deal with it accordingly because I've had it for so long, it's been there since like mid elementary school. Like, it's been this long because I used to get bullied a lot as a kid, and it made me become wary of people because a lot of people were mean to me and I wanted to fit in as a kid. And of course, that really did not work out, and a lot of people were being very rude to me and they teased me. I'm not saying I didn't hurt people along the way, but yeah, my anxiety comes from people who were being very mean to me and other people I've met down the line that also were very, very harmful to me. So that doesn't exactly excuse anything that I've said or done that made me act in an awkward way or made people uncomfortable. If anything, I want to use that as a motivator to overcome anxiety because I generally want to be a better person as a whole. I want to be able to feel confident about myself. I want to feel able to be confident in helping people, and I want to also understand that not everyone is a bad person, which I do understand, but I have a hard time really applying it correctly, which has led me to having some downfalls with people because of my general awkward behavior or generally just very shit behavior overall. So, yeah, anxiety has been something that's been around for a while, and I believe that it's time that this year I change that. I want to change it because I've hurt people because of my own anxiety, and I don't want to keep going down in this kind of path where people get hurt because I become irrational. I become fearful of people, where I am basically my own worst enemy. I want to be able to connect with people, and I want to be able to make friends. But Because of that, and the other topic I'm going to mention very soon, that has led me to having a bad perception of myself, and that led people to believe that I was not a very good person, or that I was not exactly a safe person to be around. So, I want to make this year where I change that for good. I want to make it this year where I change that for good, and that I can feel confident as a person, and I want to be able to be nicer to others. And I hope to achieve that someday, because it means a lot to me to be able to connect, to be able to talk to people and make friends. I want to be friends with people. I genuinely wish to be someone that people can look at and be like, yeah, this guy's cool. I want that. I want to be able to do that. And I want to be able to bring people a safe space to go to when they're feeling unwell or just bad in general. I don't want to harm people. I don't want to act in a way where people feel uncomfortable around me. I genuinely wish to be a good person. And I don't think I am a bad person either, but I do firmly think that I can do better. So, with that, I want to move on to the next topic, empathy. So, empathy. What is empathy? Exactly. The action of understanding, being aware of, being sensitive to, and vigorously experiencing the feelings, thoughts, and experience of another. So, empathy, from my understanding, is that you're able to really put yourself in the other person's shoes and really feel what they're feeling. They're being able to feel the emotions that they feel, which is something I have for a very long time had issues with, because I never was able to fully understand it or replicate the idea of feeling the other person's emotion. I'm not in their head, and so it's hard for me to really fully understand. And I want to change that. I know that it's something that's going to be hard, but I want to be able to do it. I want to be able to be more empathetic towards other people, so I can understand how to talk to them accordingly when they're feeling things, and how to help them through their stuff. I want to be able to help them sort their own feelings out. I genuinely do. But if I don't have any empathy, then I can't help people. And it makes me sad to think that I won't be able to help people if I don't have empathy. So yeah, I really want to do my best to help people, and having proper empathy is something that I think is going to be very important, because people feel emotions every day, and I want to be able to respond to them accordingly in a way that makes the other person feel good, where the other person feels like they are being understood. I want to be able to do that, and I hope to someday achieve that, so I can be a better person for my friends and for those people who I will meet in the future. I want to be a good person. I really do. I do have a very hard time expressing things correctly, and end up fumbling myself completely and end up saying the wrong thing. I want to really work on that and be able to properly talk to people and be able to understand how they're feeling, because I genuinely care about people. I genuinely want to be helpful. I really, really want to be someone that can be safe to talk to. I also know that empathy is difficult to understand sometimes, especially those who has ASD, which is autism spectrum disorder. I am autistic. I have been diagnosed with autism when I was the age of 4. My mom got me to a clinic, and she got into a fight with one of the social workers there, and threw my folder down at the bottom before the clinic got closed down and had been lost for good, I believe, if my memory is correct. So that took a bit of time to get my diagnosis, but yeah. I don't want to use my autism as an excuse for anything wrong that I've done. I believe that this kind of mindset is wrong. I firmly believe that, on the contrary, I should use that as a motivator to really work hard on the flaws that I have, like my anxiety and empathy. I want to be better for the people around me. And as much as my autism has been a great source of success, it's also come with its fair amount of challenges, and fairly big ones at that. I've had fallouts with people that I tried to make connections to because of my lack of empathy and my anxiety, my irrational thoughts that got the best of me, and my lack of empathy where I couldn't see their perspective, or I didn't consider their perspective other than my own. And that was a rather selfish thing to do. So for anyone who recognizes themselves watching this video and has spoken to me, I want to say that I'm very sorry for everything that I've done. I want to say that I'm sorry for all of the awkward behavior I had, all of the mean things that I've said, all of the very bad taste jokes that I made because of my really shitty social skills. And I want to say that I'm very sorry for making you and everyone else uncomfortable. I genuinely do not mean to cause any harm. I want to be able to help people. I understand I did the polar opposite, and I've caused harm rather than good. I understand too that your opinion of me may be negative, and I understand that that might not change anytime soon, let alone period. And I respect that. I understand very well that what I did is what I'll have to live with for pretty much the remainder of my days. And I'll be taking that as a lesson for me to improve on everything that I've done and be a better person for the future. I hope you're all having a great day, and I hope you're all living a good life nonetheless. And I hope that maybe someday, if possible, we could be friends. If not, I understand completely and respect it completely. So, this is pretty much the end of the video. I'm really sorry for how awkward and cringy this may come off as, but I wanted to do this because I have a lot to improve on as a person, and I have a lot of growth to do. So, yeah. I hope to see you all very soon. I'm very sorry for being inactive. I'll try to upload more, but I'm very busy with work and school. So yeah, I'll see you all next time. Have a great day.